Welcome back to our channel. Today we are sharing 3 things that you want to know before you start doing business or get into business with or open a business with your spouse. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Mariah.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are a husband and wife real estate team here in Oregon.
Top producing real estate team here in Oregon. Come on.
Top producing real estate team.
It's funny. Awards come out at the end of the year, as you guys all know. Each company's a little bit different. Some get red carpets. Some get big banquet dinners. We got signs in our yard.
Oh, yeah.
We got signed. So, and what I mean by that is our sign guy comes around. He posts a sign in your yard. He says, "This is a top producing award-winning agent." In which it really works out for us, though, because we get so many walkers in our neighborhood.
A lot of walkers.
I'm leaving it in the yard for about 2 weeks, and then I'll pull them. But, yeah, we are top producers here in Oregon. Vetras Crawford Realty is our domain name. So if you ever want to Google us or look up our website, vetrascrawfordrealty.com is the place to go if you ever need some ideas or just view other channels. But we are here today because we're married. And there's been so many stories when people jump into business and they just can't hack it together. They get sick and tired of seeing each other, or they don't understand there's a business relationship and a personal relationship. I've even seen divorces happen because they jumped into real estate and they blamed their divorce on being in business together. And I just thought that was a little odd and strange.
What I have to say about this, yes. So what inspired this show is, first of all, this is a repeat question whenever we ask our audience, like, what do you want to hear from us? What do you want us to talk about on this particular channel? That is something that comes up just over and over again, even though we have talked about it a little bit before in other videos. It's something that keeps coming up, but I get so many comments from people talking about how they would hate their spouse if they worked with them, or like, why would you want to work with your spouse? Like, just negative. Like, I feel like I just hear so many negative mindsets about it. And like, I can say, I hope you can say too, with complete honesty, that this is like the best way to do life. It is so much fun. It's not hard. There's maybe adjustments you have to make. There was definitely a learning period for us where at the beginning we had to do like trial and error. But that's what, we talk about a lot, the things that we talk about on this channel. But working, like running a business together as a husband and wife, especially like having a family now, it is amazing. And I only have positive things to say about that. And that's completely being 100% honest.
Yeah. And even when we jumped into this without having a child, I think there's even more benefits now, more than ever, with having a child. So like we saw it pre-birth and now we're after birth. And what's really cool is we really get to see the identity of our business and why maybe realtors have some of the most happiest lives to live. And if you're doing real estate the right way, it's fun. If you're not, man, you're always scratching to get above the surface, to get a commission,
or you're working all the time.
It's tough, or you can become addicted to something. And work is addictive at times. And there are some people that are addicted to work, and sometimes we've reached a point in our lives where we look at each other and we say, what's important, what's not important, when's enough? Because living in America, there is a threshold. There's a tax bracket of when is enough? And you got to manage that with your life, your money, your time, where are you spending it? And that's really your personal values of importance. And that's a real conversation to be had with your spouse when you and if you do decide to jump in business with them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so before we get into these 3 things, and then whatever else I'm sure other things will come up. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We come on here every week with new videos, and hopefully this will bring you value, whether you're a real estate agent or not. So, okay, first thing that I think you should do before you get into business with your spouse is have clear roles. Mm-hmm. Whether you're, no matter what, like business thing, whatever it is that you're trying to do, I think it's really, really important to know each of your strengths and weaknesses and what you enjoy and don't enjoy. And don't just try to do it all both. You know what I mean? Like I have seen I've worked with other husband and wife real estate teams, for example, that just left. It just made the whole transaction so confusing, the way that they did things, being like, one day I'd be supposed to call this agent to schedule something, but then the next day I have to call this one to do the negotiating. And then like they're both working with me on this deal. And so what works really, really well for us is we have clear roles and clear things that we do. And for the most part, we don't do the same things. So I'll just
like transactions.
Yes, we don't work with the same
transaction to be separate. If your name is on the email to the other agent, well, let's continue that same relationship through the whole process.
Yes.
Unless someone else needs to step in to answer a real question or call in on the phone.
There's always there's exceptions. That's totally true. But even besides just the fact of working with our clients separately, even though we're under one team, is just having like knowing upfront that way we know every week when we go into our work week, like we don't have confusion on like, oh, what should I be doing or what should I be doing? Like we just know like, this is what I do. Like you make cold calls. I don't do that ever. I do marketing. Like you don't do that. Like we just have very clear, specific things that we know. This is what I do and what you enjoy and just what's easier for you to do, like where you're at in life. So,
and then simply, if results are happening, that's where business plans need to come into place. And you schedule a meeting with each other. Seriously, Mariah brings this up more often than I would. And she says, we need to sit. We need to have a meeting. We need to write things down. We need to structure a little bit better when things aren't going their way, our way at least, when it comes to clientele and business, enough business. And those things are important to communicate. Yeah. Even though we are married, we're with each other. We're in the car. We watch TV together. There are hours of the day that life can't be only supported by business. Yeah. What's your next point, just so I don't trample over it?
The next one was tag teaming.
Okay. Tag team, explain that.
So that goes with, so when it comes to how we run our business, we both have clear, like I said, we have clear roles and we pretty much stick to them. Like we know what we do. We don't have any confusion going into the week. We know what things I'm going to be doing and what he's going to be doing. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to, for example, like running a business while staying home with our family together at the same time. Most of the time we have our toddler with us. We tag team the rest of life. So we delegate and have clear roles consistently with our business, but the rest of life looks like a lot of like me doing one thing or like being with our toddler and then coming home and taking her, putting her down for her nap. So it's a lot of like, and then while I take a call with a client, like a lot of like tag teaming, kind of like tapping each other in and out of like between work duties and even, not just like doing parenting things. It comes along with like doing, like, for example, I don't always just cook all of the meals. Like he did that like on a Monday during the day and I was able to do other stuff. So like we just tag team things. And so
I think if you literally imagine somebody just slap my hand. All right, you're in, Mariah. You know, we tag team it. And, okay, now you're on, in a sense, work duty. Yeah. What's hard with our industry, especially in real estate, is what is considered work, what's not considered work. Say we're in a car and we have 4 stops to make, but it's work related, personal related, and then toddler related, you know? So we combine everything and
blend.
You blend it, exactly. And sometimes we're in the car the whole time together. Sometimes it's only me in the car. Yeah. Like for instance, this morning, we had a house cleaning that needed to be paid for with one of our listings for our new client to move across states and welcome themselves into a clean house because the seller decided to leave it a little dirty. Yeah. So that's something we stepped up and did. But this is Mariah's client, not mine. But I'm already out and about, and Mariah says, "Hey, can you go write a check?" Yeah. So we did, and it was her transaction, but we tag teamed it to make life a little bit more convenient. Anything that makes it convenient. Yeah. So maybe there's sacrifice in there.
Right. Because at the end of the day, like it's like my transaction. But we think like everything for us, at least the way we run our business and like our home and everything, like it's all our clients.
It's the team.
Yeah, it's the team. Like we don't do, it's not, I mean, maybe partially because the way that we run our finances. I know some married couples have like, this is my money I make and this is your money you make. Like everything is, we are like one, everything is ours. So we don't, it's not like that. It's very like, you just do what needs to be done next, whoever is able to do it.
Exactly.
Okay. So that brings me to the next thing, which I think is really huge when it comes to, this is important when you're running like a real estate team as a husband and wife, but I think it's even more important when you have a family involved as well. So that is tentatively plan your week or day ahead of time and then communicate. Communication is so important when we're going from, just for example, like me staying home all morning with our daughter to needing to make sure Spencer's home by her nap time so I can run an errand for real estate. Like we just have to be communicating our schedules with each other the week before, or at least the day before for sure, so that we can, again, it goes along with like tag teaming, which we kind of do all day, but it goes along with like, we just need to really make sure that we are communicating with each other so that we're aware of each other's schedules, because we are doing a lot of like passing back and forth and swapping roles.
And it is so easy to forget like the little thing you had to go and do at 12 p.m., you know? So usually the night before, day of, I asked Mariah straight up, like, what are you doing today? Like, what does your schedule look like? Just so I can make sure I'm doing my task list of things that I personally know we need to do, like our business needs to get done, so I can be home by a certain time to do my home duties. Like I just mowed the yard before we did this. I fit 30 minutes into my schedule to just get that done, you know? So those are very important things to communicate with the spouses, what your actual schedule is, whether it's business, personal, errands. What are you actually doing? And it's not like Mariah needs to take tabs on me or I need to take tabs on Mariah to know where she's at every day of the moment. But it's more just like
syncing our schedules together so that we make sure that like we are working together.
And some people, they get like really aggressive with this and they force each other to have like a Google Calendar.
Oh, yeah.
Or on your phone, we all have a calendar on them and we swap schedules, or it's inputted in your schedule. I'm personally just really bad at that. If there is an appointment, sometimes I put it in my calendar. I used to, at least, but now it's just all my notes, my client list, and I know exactly where to go, and my memory is kind of just wired that way because it's personal for me. You know, I really have relationships with a lot of my my lenders, and in the industry, whether it's family or client.
I think a big thing is that our day isn't like I don't know, I listen to so many different real estate agent like coaching and podcasts and all kinds of things, because I think it's so interesting to hear how other people run their business and gain wisdom from them. But one thing that we don't do that I think most coaches do, or, you know, not coaches, we're not real estate coaches by any means, but like real estate people talking about real estate online,
leadership
whatever.
roles.
Yeah. Leadership. Yeah. People in leadership in real estate. So what I'm trying to say is have a set, like, this is my work schedule. Like I'm going to work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or whatever it is. And like, that's their work day. We don't really have that because it just works so much better when everything is like blended into one. Like it is just part of our life. Like I might get up and do a call with a buyer and then go to the gym and then come back and be with my daughter and then do this. Like I'm not over here like trying to be like I'm logging in my hours, my 9 to 5. Like you don't have a 9 to 5 for a reason. Such a great thing about this business is like you can literally build your life however you want. Like
what I've learned since joining the industry is like we are creatures of habits. Okay, so we do have daily habits. We have routine. We have methods that we use to be successful. And if you're successful right now and your habits look good, maybe you think you can pick it up a little bit. It's a personal choice to go and make yourself better. Change your routine if you really need to because you're not getting the results that you're wanting to. But we are creatures of habit. And that is one thing I've noticed just tremendously is in the mornings, my mornings kind of look pretty identical, you know, routinely. When's my wake up schedule? When do I go to bed? Now, of course, we have different seasons. I anticipate different seasons. There's 4 out of the year usually, okay? So usually in different seasons, I'm doing different things. Our times change. My sports, I wrestle, I coach high school wrestling. So that schedule has to change. I have to get certain things done in certain hours. Maybe I'm working after practice a little later at night, but I'm home doing it.
Right.
So take note of that, because not everything has to be perfect every day, because it's not what you're doing today that's going to get you the business. It's about what you're doing daily to get you business a month from now. You know, like they say, if you take a week off of real estate, you're 3 weeks behind, 4 weeks behind. If you literally take that long off of real estate, you're going to be that far behind, because it's not what you're doing right now in front of you to get instant business. It's never about instant. It's about setting up for the future. I call it laying my pipe. I lay the pipe so 3, 4, 5 months down the road, we got paychecks coming in. We got commissions being set. We got success from the prospecting side. That's my job. Mariah, she's on the marketing side of that. So discover what your role is in the relationship. And that's through these simple business meetings I do encourage you to have. And you can consider those dates.
Yeah.
You really can.
Yeah.
Mariah and I do that often. Sometimes after the show, we'll go off and we'll call it a date.
Yeah.
We just spent 2 hours with each other on these mics. Is this enough time together? Well, this is kind of work, but it's like fun for us. This is a passion.
Exactly. That's it. Yeah. Just to go along with like the whole separating, like this is your business and this is your work. Like it's just all your life. Like it's not, I don't think of it like, maybe it's because I really genuinely love it. So I'm like, when I call a buyer client, I'm not like, oh, I'm like working. I have to do like, I just like, I'm getting to know a new awesome person that's moving here from somewhere else. And it's really fun. Like, and I get to help them. Like I get to open the doors for them and find them a place. Like, it's not like this whole big, like, I don't know.
It's seriously
I have
the
a
best
problem
thing
with
in
the
the world.
separation thing, but yeah. And so I guess the biggest thing to just like to end with is don't be scared to work with your spouse, or don't believe the lie that it has to be hard or bad for your marriage. If anything, I think it's really good. I think, like, I'm just imagining, like, I think the worst thing for our marriage would be if like you were gone all day and I was like here by myself all day with Ashton. Like, I don't like
I don't know
it's
if you could
fun
handle
being
it.
together. Like we're supposed, like, I don't know. It's a good thing. Don't believe the lie that it
She's
has to be
spoiled.
hard. Yes, I am. But don't believe the lie that it has to be hard working with your spouse. Maybe you need to just make adjustments. Maybe it's like bringing out things in you that you didn't know were there that you need to like work through or get rid of for a while. But yeah, I don't know. It's all I have to say is like, it's literally the most amazing thing ever. And yeah.
Hey, want to go to Vegas?
Sure.
The only reason we're going to Vegas though is for a convention.
For what convention?
Real estate.
Yeah.
See what I did there, guys? We're doing a vacation, but we're also working.
Are we really going to go?
No.
Oh.
But that was an example for the
'Cause there is one
for you guys viewing
Actually, it's this month. It might be
is.
too late to get tickets, but
this. Yeah. But no, there's all types of things though. You can morph together.
Yeah.
That makes it personal, relationship, business.
Yeah.
And
It's just life.
Wow, I just almost fell off the table. And it's a wild journey. We've been doing this for, I think, long enough now. We feel more confident and comfortable more now than ever to talk about it. We've seen the goods, we've seen the bads. You're gonna have some bad days. You're gonna have days where you need to support each other because a deal is just not going the right way you expected.
Yeah.
So you got to put your business hat on or your counselor hat on and say, you know what, how can I help you? But then ultimately just be there. You're not there to be the problem solver. Mariah needs to remind me that constantly. I can't fix everything.
Well, I think a big thing too is, like I was saying earlier, find your specific, clear, designated roles that you're each doing in your business on a consistent basis, and then let each other do their job. Like don't be controlling or micromanaging or trying to tell each other how to do things. Like obviously you can offer advice or ways to improve things, but like don't be controlling, because I could see how that could definitely put a like strain on a like working together relationship.
Well,
But
just get annoying. It's like
Yes,
working with a coworker that's like constantly just blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah, blah. And you're like, dude, just let me do my
Like,
job.
yeah.
You're not like the ruler and you don't know everything. No one likes a Mr. Know-It-All.
Yeah.
Don't be it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, we love chatting with you in the comment section. So leave a comment below. We'd love to hear what you're doing in your business, what's on your mind, what your market's doing, wherever you are at. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next week.